Hey guys, thank you for joining me today. My name is Ivy over at Move by BJC. Just gonna take you guys through a low intensity mobility workout that you can use anytime that you feel free. Thank you and enjoy. Alrighty guys, so if you guys are ready, we're just gonna go ahead and take our time getting warmed up. So the very first move we're gonna start with is just gonna be some nice easy shoulder rolls. So just rolling those shoulders forward, keeping that chest up. Taking a couple deep breaths. Alrighty guys, and when you're ready, just gonna switch directions, same thing, shoulder rolls going back this time. Alrighty guys, you can shake out those arms if you need to. Next, just gonna drop those hands and go into some arm swings. So just swinging those arms up as high as you feel comfortable, and then just letting those hands drop like weight, letting gravity do the work for you. Couple more. Alrighty guys, you can go ahead and relax, shake those arms out. Same thing, just gonna go into some arm crossovers. So making sure we open that chest nice and wide and alternate which hand is on top each time. Try not to arch that back. Big squeeze on those shoulder blades when opening those arms up nice and wide. Couple more. Alright, you can shake out those arms, move around a little bit. Next, just gonna go into some trunk twists. So I got those feet about hip width apart, chest up, shoulder blades down and back. Your arms or hands can be wherever you feel comfortable. I usually rest mine on my temple just so it can guide me. So nice and easy, trying to rotate that torso as far as you can without those hips moving. So we want to keep those hips pointed forward as much as we can as we twist that torso side to side. And make sure you guys are focusing on your breathing, big deep breaths. Never hold your breath anytime you're exerting yourself. Couple more. Alrighty guys, you can shake out those arms and legs. Next, gonna go into a hip hinge. So for this one, gonna have those feet hip width apart, chest up, shoulder blades down and back. When I'm ready, I'm gonna imagine I have a high stool behind me. And when I'm ready, I only wanna start to hinge those hips back to where my butt is only gonna tap that stool. From there, big squeeze in my glutes, driving my hips forward, coming back. So the motion is driving back, tapping that stool with our butt, big squeeze on those glutes, driving those hips forward. So nice and easy, only moving those hips back. Couple more. and relax. You guys can go ahead and shake out those arms and knees. This next one is just gonna get us moving, get the blood flowing. So the very last warm-up exercise we have, guys, is gonna be a high knee march. Exactly how it sounds. We're just marching in place, driving that knee as high as you can. If you want, you can pump those arms if it feels good. Driving that knee up as high as you feel comfortable, finding a nice, easy pace. Doing great. Almost there. A couple more. Alrighty, guys, you can go ahead and shake out those legs, move around if you need to, grab a quick drink of water if you need to. Just gonna take our time slowly transitioning into our workout. Alrighty, guys, now that we are nice and warmed up, we are just gonna go ahead and jump into our workout. So as you can see, if you have a mat, feel free to use that, bring it out. If you don't have a mat, you can always use a small blanket or a towel or anything comfortable to stand or to be sitting on when we go to the ground. So the very first move we got is gonna be a squat to stand. So on this one, got those feet hip width apart, chest up, shoulder blades down and back. When I'm ready, I'm gonna drop down into a squat. As low as I feel comfortable, hold there for a couple of seconds, maybe take 2 deep breaths. From there, gonna slowly come up from that squat. From there, just gonna slowly hinge over into a forward fold. Hands can be anywhere. You can cross those arms if you want. You can reach for those toes, whatever feels good. 2 breaths there, slow and controlled. Coming back up, and then we're gonna go back into that squat for another 2 deep breaths. Slow and controlled, coming back up, and then just hinging forward, dropping those hands, letting them hang, whatever feels good. So at your own pace, just gonna take our time tracking through there, focusing on our breathing. Doing great, guys. Keep it up. Last rep. Here we go. Let's finish strong. Down for that last squat. Big deep breath. And on the next exhale, slowly coming up from that squat, and to finish off with that last forward fold. Back up, slow and controlled. You guys can shake out those arms and legs. Next, gonna go into a toe touch with a trunk twist. So on this one, you guys can choose how close you have your feet in or out. The closer you have your feet in, the little bit more of a challenge it'll be for you, so you guys can play with it and see what feels good for you. I'm just gonna start off a little bit wider. So I got those feet hip width apart, chest up, shoulder blades down and back. So with that toe touch, I'm gonna reach across with my right hand towards my left toe. Once I get there and I'm nice and stable, I'm gonna take my right hand, opening up toward the ceiling as far as I feel comfortable. Don't have to go all the way up to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, coming back down. And gonna do the same thing. So that left hand is gonna go across to left toe. Right arm is gonna open up toward the ceiling as far as you feel comfortable. Slow and controlled, back to center. Taking our time, alternating side to side, opening that chest up nice and wide toward the ceiling. Big deep breaths. Make sure you're not holding your breath on this. more. Last one. Finish off strong. And slowly bring it back up. Alrighty guys, you can shake out those arms and legs. Next, we are gonna take our time heading down to the ground. So guys, definitely grab your mat. And if you need something for balance or anything, just getting down safely on that ground, feel free to do so. Take as much time as you need. All right. Next, we are gonna go into hip flexor stretch. So for this one, gonna be down on one knee, doesn't matter which one you start on. We are gonna do both sides, guys. So, got my left knee down, right knee is forward, chest up, shoulder blades down and back. When I'm ready, gonna make sure my right knee does not go over my right toe. If it does, just move that foot out a little bit further. You never want that toe going forward past that knee. So from there, right knee is up, left arm is up. So when I'm ready, I'm gonna slowly drive my hips forward, feeling a nice stretch in my hip flexors, and then just gonna slowly come back out of that stretch. I'm gonna do that a couple of times, see how that stretch feels. And then when you guys are comfortable, just gonna add in a little upper body. So left hand is just gonna slowly open up towards the left. So as you lean forward, you're gonna slowly open that left side, slow and controlled. And make sure we keep our abs tight on this. And if having that left arm is too intense, you can always drop that and just focus on getting those hips nice and loose. Couple more, guys. Alrighty guys, you can go ahead and bring that arm on down. Take your time switching out those legs. So same thing on that opposite side. One knee is gonna be planted in the ground, opposite knee is gonna be up, making sure that knee doesn't go over that front toe. Chest up, shoulder blades down and back. And when we're ready, just gonna go ahead and go into a few light stretches, loosening up before we put that arm in the air. So for me, it's gonna be my right hand going in the air, left knee is up this time. And when we're ready, nice and easy, same thing. When we lean forward, gonna slowly rotate that right side, opening up. Big deep breaths, focusing on our breathing. Again, guys, if that arm is too much and it makes it too intense, you can always just do normal hip flexor stretch. Driving those hips forward, not letting that front knee cross over that toe. Couple more. Last one, guys. And relax. Since we are already down on the ground, guys, we're just gonna have you comfortably go towards your back. So on this one, gonna be on our back. I'm gonna go into a spinal twist. So for this one, gonna be laid flat on my back. I'm gonna have my knees up. Arms are gonna be straight up toward the ceiling. When I'm ready, I'm gonna drop those knees together straight to my right. Arms are gonna go to my left. Only stopping those legs where you feel comfortable. If that's too much on your low back, only go as far as you feel comfortable. Nice, slow and controlled. Take a couple deep breaths. And then just gonna rotate to that opposite side. Same thing. Knees go to the left, hands go to the right. And we're also looking away from those knees. If you're ever looking in the same direction of your knees, just switch that head placement. Alrighty guys, you can go ahead and relax. Take your time coming on up. So in that same position, just gonna sit up. We got our legs straight out in front of us. Just gonna go into a nice, easy forward fold. So got those hands straight up toward the ceiling. When you're ready, just gonna slowly drop those hands down toward your feet. You can grab wherever feels comfortable. If you wanna grab those toes, heels, ankles, whatever feels good, or you can even just have those hands resting on the side of the mat. Slowly just letting that chest drop towards those knees, dropping that head in between, taking big deep breaths. And on the next exhale, guys, you can go ahead and slowly start to bring yourself out of that stretch. Next, gonna take our time going into some internal and external rotation. So, gonna have my feet just borderline outside of the mat. From there, chest up, I got my hands behind me, chest up, sitting nice and tall. When I'm ready, gonna slowly take my time alternating, dropping in my knees toward the center. So I'm gonna take my right knee, dropping it towards the center, feeling a nice stretch in my inner and outer thigh, slow and control, coming back up, and then just gonna drop that opposite knee, as low as you feel comfortable. So nice, slow and control, taking our time, dropping those knees in one at a time. Feeling a nice stretch. Doing great, guys. Almost done with this workout. And again, if you guys find a sweet spot, you can always just hold it there and milk it. All right, guys, last one on each side. And you guys can go ahead and straighten out those legs. You can move around a bit if you need to, grab some water. We are gonna start our stretching off on the ground. So if you wanna hang out there before getting up to grab water and having to go back down, that's perfectly fine. Just take your time, grab some water, and then we will jump into our cool down and get ourselves stretched out for the day. Alrighty guys, now that we are done with that workout and we are ready to get ourselves stretched out and cool down for the day, since we are already down on our mat, the very first thing I'm gonna have you guys do is go to your back if that's comfortable for you. Just gonna start off with a glute stretch. So for this one, just gonna have you take that left leg. I'm gonna take that left ankle across that right knee. From there, you can grab behind that right thigh, or you can grab that right knee, and just gonna slowly pull that forward, and you should feel that stretch in your left glute. If that's too intense, guys, you can always back it off and just pull that left knee into your chest. So taking a couple deep breaths there. And on the next exhale, guys, you can go ahead and slowly release that right leg. Left leg is gonna go up toward the ceiling for a hamstring stretch. So pulling that left leg closer toward your chest. Be gentle with this, guys. If you guys want, you can add a couple of ankle circles in there, kind of loosen those up. Or if you want to add a little bit of a calf stretch, you can always point those toes towards your nose and feel that stretch run from your ankle all the way down to your butt. And when you guys are ready, you can go ahead and slowly drop that leg. I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So I'm going to take that right leg, taking that right ankle across that left knee, wherever it's comfortable to grab, behind that thigh, on top of that knee, whatever feels good. And if this is too intense, you can always just pull that right knee into your chest and hold. Big deep breaths. Alrighty guys, and when you're ready, same thing, gonna let that left leg go ahead and drop on down to the ground. Right leg is up toward the ceiling. Pulling that leg closer toward our chest, feeling a nice stretch in our hamstring. And if you guys want, you can throw a couple of ankle circles in there, loosen those up. Or you can even point those toes toward your nose for a little bit of calf stretch. Feel that stretch run all the way down the back of that leg. And on the next exhale, guys, you can go ahead and slowly lower that leg on down. We're gonna take our time flipping over. So on this one, you guys have the option to be on the side or on your stomachs. So you're gonna go into quad stretch. If you choose to be on your side, you're gonna have those hips, knees, ankles stacked, bent at about a 45-degree angle. From there, I'm gonna take that top leg and try to grab that ankle or heel, pulling it as close as I can to my butt, driving those hips forward, feeling a nice stretch in my quad. If you can't keep those knees together, just grab a little bit lower. Definitely try to keep those knees together to feel that stretch a little bit deeper. If you're on your stomach, same thing. Driving those hips deep into the mat. You're gonna grab that ankle or that heel, whatever feels comfortable for you. Pulling it as close as you can to that butt while driving those hips deep into the mat. There's a nice stretch in those quads. So whichever one of those feels good for you guys, take your pick. Couple deep breaths. Take your time releasing that leg. If you're on your side, go ahead and just take your time flipping over to that opposite side, getting those knees, hips, and ankles stacked, and grabbing that heel. If you're on your stomach, you guys can just go ahead and grab that other foot, pulling that heel towards your butt, driving those hips deeper into the mat or forward if we're on our side, feeling a nice stretch in that quad. And on the next exhale, you guys can go ahead and slowly release that leg. If you're on your side, I'm just gonna have you take your time, flip into your stomach. Just gonna go into an ab stretch. So from here, pushing my hips deeper into the mat. I'm gonna lift my torso up toward the ceiling. So if this is too much or intense for you, you can always walk those hands out away from you and take a little bit of that pressure off of that low back. Then again, if that feels good and you want to go deeper into that stretch, you can always drop that head back and look up toward the ceiling, making sure we keep those hips driven into the mat. And on the next exhale, guys, gonna have you go ahead and slowly transition back into a child's pose. So rocking those hips back like we're sitting on those heels. And then gonna drop that head in between. You can walk those fingertips forward. If you need to, you can kind of sway those hips side to side, see if you feel a difference on one side opposed to the other. Every exhale, just try to sink into that child's pose a little bit deeper. Resist a little bit less. And on the next exhale, guys, slowly take your time coming on up. Alrighty guys, just got one more stretch. It's gonna be an active chest stretch. So for this one, just gonna start with my arms up at 90. So from there, just gonna bring my elbows and hands together, pushing against each other, feeling my shoulder blades pull apart. Making sure those shoulders don't creep up toward my ears, keep them down and back. And from there, slowly opening those hands up. Big squeeze on those shoulder blades, making sure not to arch that back. Keep those abs tight. And then last time, coming together again, bringing those elbows and hands to push against one another. And then one more time, opening up nice and wide, not arching that back, keeping those abs tight. And to finish strong, guys, just gonna have you reach overhead. Slow and control, gonna do a forward fold all the way down. Last couple of good deep breaths that you need because we are done with this class. Slow and controlled on the way up, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope we all got a good workout. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next time.
Hey guys, my name is Bake McBride. I am the Assistant Manager and Group Fitness Director here at Move by BJC. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to join us for this session. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you can jump on the website at www.movebybjc.org, or you can give us a call, 314-286-0525. Thanks again.